It is 4:10 in the morning. I'm awake because my legs are so itchy. During the day yesterday, they weren't really itchy, and now I just want to scratch them all the time. All right, today is day 4 out of 6 until next rest day, which means new t-shirt and new bib pads. Positives. It's actually not raining right now. It's been raining throughout the night a little bit, but we're expecting quite a bit of heavy rain. I got lucky and there was this little sort of pergola stand that I could put stuff under during the night. And so I usually put my bike facing down so that these zips don't get water in them. So they're sort of facing down. But I figured under the pergola, who needs to do that? Well, turns out there's no actual roof covering. So now inside of my bag is wet. Yeah, okay. Lesson for next time. It's better to be double safe than wet. Alright, it is 9:20 and I am setting off. So, a quick rundown of the day. I have about 55 kilometers to my final goal of Hjerkinn, and that's also around 900 altitude meters, so not a super long day, but also still a little bit of a ride. I'm going to start by going to the town of Dovre, which is about 10 kilometers north. And a quick note on that, so Dovre is generally sort of known as a mountain range and a municipality. That's sort of what you hear about Dovre, but there is also a small town called Dovre, so that's where I'm heading. Then I'm going to go on to Dovre, which is sort of one of the bigger towns around there, do a little bit of dinner shopping, because it's the last store for, or like town with a shop for a while. And then I have around a 700 meter climb and 30 kilometer ride to Hjerkinn. That's also around the time when it's supposed to rain the most. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely enjoy the breakfast because it's just gonna get tougher from here on out. So there are a lot of hikers on this route, and that's because the road I'm currently on is Pilgrimsruta, which is the pilgrim route from Oslo to Trondheim. I talked to a guy yesterday from Germany. He says it's going to take him about 32 days. I have made it to Dovre town. Let's see what Geta Cafe has for us. That over there is the store, that is the school, and I think that is about Dovre. Just a tad wet, but I got some food and I am excited for this. I got a focaccia, it's a bit soft or wet, and a waffle. Let's see if there's much butter. There's some butter, not too bad. And I'm gonna have a second type of waffle, a rømme waffle that they're making fresh. So, I don't know. Let's compare. Let's see how they got my rømme waffle. It is crispy and very light compared to this one. Small interjection. I realized while making the video that I hadn't actually said which waffle was better. Actually, neither of them was great. Neither of them beats my mom's waffle, but I'd say of the two, the goat's cheese one was better. The rømme waffle was still good, but it was very, very light, and so it didn't really have very much substance. It's nice that it was fresh, but I would choose that. Bye Dovre, Dovre, next stop. So the two guys with a backpack that I crossed earlier, turns out they were Dutch. And apart from telling me that I was going the wrong direction for the Tour de France, one of them asked where the electric motor was on my bike because he thought I was going so fast. I mean, I'm only going about 8.5 kilometers an hour, but I suppose it was a nice compliment. Found some sheep on a pilgrimage tour as well. I think I'm beating them in terms of speed. See who gets there first. We only have one goal. We want to be the best. Sounds like a very generic goal. I hear people tend to be a bit more successful if they have more specific goals. Although maybe they're just like Pokemon fans. You know, I want to be the very best. Like no one ever was. I have made it to Dovre, about 40% of the way. I'd say it went fairly well since breakfast, so there's definitely something to those waffles with lots of butter and goat cheese. Success. I bought plenty of stuff that I will now have to cycle up a hill. I do have one problem though. The storage space on top of my bike is rather limited. It currently houses a banana. And you know what that means? It's banana time. While I eat my banana, I want to make an observation. You see this pretzel here? So I've noticed that this always hangs outside of bakeries, as you can see, konditori. And I have yet to actually see a bakery that has any pretzels. So I do wonder what the story is behind that. Maybe I'll look it up at some point after I've eaten my banana. It's this mix of rocks and gravel and mud, or the E6. So yeah, I can tell you it's not going as fast as had I been on the E6. I've reached the point where it is raining in sideways and windy. Yeah, not the best conditions. A quick review of these new gloves. They are not my favorite purchase. Basically, they're not elastic, they're quite stiff, and so when I ride, they, the sort of, I don't know, the wedges here ride into my fingers and cut off my circulation. My other ones definitely didn't look as cool, but they were elastic, and so they were actually more comfortable to ride with. Big group of bicycles. So this shelter here is called the Hook, which they have around different places in Norway. It's a group of 2 instructors with about 8 to 10 children. I'd say they were maybe sort of 10 to 12 years old. And they were cycling from all the way from Cologne in Germany up to Trondheim. They weren't doing it in 1 year, but every summer holiday they do another stretch. And this year was from Oslo to Trondheim, and they started on the 6th. So I guess they'll be on the road for nearly a month. But yeah, they said they don't go so fast and they only sleep in tents, but still very cool way to spend your summer. All right, folks, we have reached another high plateau. Cycling up here is quite nice. Like, this is the kind of gravel road that I'd imagined. Oh, sheep. Ah, more pilgrims. Are you gonna let me pass? Oh no, you're coming my way. Okay. Yeah. So they built this nice little pier here up on top of the mountain. It's yeah, it's rather windy, but good chance to have a granola bar. They've definitely gotten more than just a little bit dirty. So that's what you get for gravel. Here we have the Kids Road, which is a project to recreate apparently the first official horse and carriage road here in Norway from the 1600s. Yeah, and it's I can see why you might want a better road over here. Oh man, this path is so much better maintained. Look at this nice bridge they built over the marshland here. Definitely beats Hjerkinn. And yeah, lots of new gravel. This is my kind of thing. Whee! I have made it into the cabin. I am more than just a little wet, but now I can dry off. I'm gonna reward myself with a coffee and some bolle, and I have to have my eat, of course. But it's very nice being inside after just a day in the pissing rain. I will note that while this place is charming, there is no running water anywhere, which I didn't actually realize. So, you know, there's beds, there's a cute sitting area, and then there's a microwave and a fridge. But yeah, it would have been very nice to be able to clean off some of the gravel gunk that's all over my stuff and wash my hands. But yeah, it certainly beats being in a tent. It is the end of the 11th day, and it basically has not stopped raining all day, even though Hjerkinn, where I'm staying, is supposed to be one of the driest places in all of Norway. Speaking of, I think it actually would have been quite interesting to stay here in Hjerkinn, because they have these muskus ox safaris, which are these sort of big, I guess, Norwegian mountain oxen. you sort of want to stay away from, but I'm sure it would have been a fun experience. In either case, tomorrow is the day where I need to do about 50 kilometers on the E6 not highway, but sort of busy road. Looking at Google Maps, it seems like the busy time on the road starts around 9 a.m. So I'm going to try to get a really early start so I get on the road when it's not too busy. Fortunately, it's mostly downhill, so I should be able to make some pretty good headway. Wrapping things up for the day, I have a small confession that while I did buy this beef gryte, I didn't actually eat it. I arrived here, had a 4-pack of bolle, and yeah, just wasn't really hungry for dinner. So I don't know, adulting is hard sometimes, but you know, tomorrow's another day.